I'm not sure if the apartheid era statue that is in front of this parliament is it part of our rebuild project?
I mean, that means nothing, because a contractor can get level 8 grading by demolishing 500 houses and getting to a value of 40 million rand, and then the CIBD could give them that grading.
Madiba statue is there in front, but now it's overshadowed by this, I don't even know his name.
We can't wait to live for the day when somebody comes here and say to us, due to rain, we were not able to do this and that.
I mean, you all know Mazia was in the news again yesterday with Transnet, 18 billion rand tender fraud allegations there. And so this company keeps on popping up, and there's the Auditor General. You know, I want to know, have you investigated that subcontractor and the process of the appointment of that subcontractor? Because not all the work that they were subcontracted to do were done. I'm really concerned that we are opening the door here for a lot of money, public money going missing due to our lack of who is the main contractor, lack of oversight over who is the main contractor subcontracting to. And I heard the DBSA harped on the level of I just forgot the grading, that they are level 8 grading. But I mean, that means nothing, because a contractor can get level 8 grading by demolishing 500 houses and getting to a value of 40 million rand, and then the CIBD could give them that grading.
Honorable Baden-Horst is inquiring General Nkosi whether, in terms of your investigations, you are only confined to Mr. Mafe as the suspect, or
the report on the fire, as indicated, was multi-pronged. There is this criminal part led by the Hawks.
Appreciating that this is an update on the Hawks report, could they let us know whether the report, the investigation so far is based on just one person responsible, or are there more people involved in the action that took place on that day? And then by when could we expect this investigation to be concluded? Thank you.
Honorable Van Rooyen.
Yeah, Chair, I think according to the response from the Deputy Minister and what Honorable Khadebe raised, it's clear that there is a report that has been shared with Parliament. Maybe if that report can be shared with the committee, so as we link it with the current process. Thank you.
Does that extend to other possible accomplices, or if there are any other theories around this incident?
Thank you very much. Honorable Chairperson, for the question. I can just indicate that the current available information or facts does not add any other individual.
Investigations are continuing. Is that so, General Nkosi?
Yes, we continue, Chairperson. Thank you.
I think that is what Honorable Baden-Horst wanted to hear, so that next time when you come and say we have included another suspect, he does not say, but the last time you said it's only Mr. Mafe who was being investigated. So
I'm not sure if the apartheid era statue that is in front of this parliament is it part of our rebuild project. I'm saying this because if not, personally, I know this is not a party position, but personally, what is the rationale of retaining such if the intention is to Africanize our parliament? Because I think this statue will definitely undermine our efforts to Africanize this institution. And they will definitely say this is the correct ambience. This is how this statue, I mean, like Madiba statue is there in front, but now it's overshadowed by this, I don't even know his name, this apartheid statue. How does these things, because remember, if people visit Parliament, they should tell a story from, I mean, entering the Parliament.
I hear what you are saying.
If there's no, that's not part of a rebuild project because it was not banned by the alleged offender. Is there any, I'm not sure what is the view of DBSA and Parliament. Do they see this maybe in the same perspective that I'm currently sharing with this meeting? Or maybe do they see it differently? How will this enhance Africanization of Parliament if we retain this statue? Maybe they might be having some recommendations, because personally, I don't think it makes sense that we keep statues of people who oppressed and killed our people in the past while we are trying to Africanize our Parliament. I will be very much appreciative of your view on this statue. Or or maybe in your opinion, it might enhance the Africanization of Parliament, and that's something that personally I don't support. But it will be important just to hear your view, because if really the commitment is to Africanize this institution with that statue, I think no, I don't think we are making any good progress. But anyway, I will leave that to capable, what to call, maybe analysis. Thank you very much.
Honorable Baden-Horst.
Just want to ask, Chair, we dealt with the Hawks' presentation and the investigation now, but with regards to the fire, there's also, remember, SAPS is responsible for the security on the precinct, and then obviously Parliament also had an investigation done internally. Will the committee be dealing with that in the near future as well? With those, because I remember Parliament at one stage, there was a press release by the STP that said that they're investigating. Some of the staff were investigated. I think some of the staff were suspended. Will we be able to investigate? Will we be able to have oversight over that process as well, please?
I think that is a fair point, Honorable Baden-Horst. It should feature in our next meeting, STP, just to get a report of what were your investigations and what were the consequences. And maybe the report from SAPS, because they are forever here, is their responsibility, like he says.
The report on the fire, as indicated, was multi-pronged. There is this criminal part led by the Hawks, as reported. There was also a SAPS aspect on their interface in guarding the precinct. There was also a parliamentary one. So in the 6th Parliament, there were report updates that were given to the Joint Standing Committee on each of those respective investigations.
I would then, it opens up more questions now. So I would then like to ask, can we get, has the report been finalized? What is the report called? Who was the service provider for that report? And can we get that report and maybe the people involved to come and do presentations?
You need the raw version of the report.
Yeah, we saw a presentation, but there's a Parliament paid for a report, and we spent money on it. So I'd like to know how much money was spent on it, and where is that report, and can we see it in our committee, please? Because that report deals with the suspension of staff members in Parliament, and I'd like to see that report, please, specifically.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
STP, has the 6th Parliament dealt with that report?
And like any other report, these reports are not in isolation. So certain aspects of the report either fed to the Hawks criminal dimension of the investigation and or vice versa. So there are certain protocols that govern reports that pertain to forensic investigation and legal services of Parliament.
The main contractors level. It happens with subcontractors. And if you look at our history, it's rife where there's money that goes missing on projects. Things go wrong when you have subcontractors. And I'll give you an example of this is in the management report, the Auditor General refers to the appointment of a specific subcontractor. It was, I think, Mazia, who was the subcontractor for the demolishment of Parliament, or a certain part of the demolishment work of Parliament. And so in their findings, they say after the contractor was appointed, DBSA issued contract instructions to instruct the contractor to appoint nominated subcontractors. No evidence was provided that an open and competitive process was followed in the appointment of the nominated subcontractors. The tender documentation indicated that it was a closed tender, and no evidence was provided that the tender documentation was provided to any other tenderer other than the appointed nominated subcontractor. Furthermore, a motivation to deviate from inviting competitive bids for the appointment of nominated subcontractors were also not provided as required by the Treasury regulation, and that regulation was then mentioned. So how will the Auditor General manage that? I mean, how do we ensure that there's no leakage when it comes to subcontract regards to DBSA as the implementing agent? I mean, you all know Mazia was in the news again yesterday with Transnet, 18 billion rand tender fraud allegations there. And so this company keeps on popping up, and there's the Auditor General. I want to know, have you investigated that subcontractor and the process of the appointment of that subcontractor? Because not all the work that they were subcontracted to do were done. And I heard the DBSA harped on the level of I just forgot the grading, that they are level 8 grading. But I mean, that means nothing, because a contractor can get level 8 grading by demolishing 500 houses and getting to a value of 40 million rand, and then the CIBD could give them that grading. I'm really concerned that we are opening the door here for a lot of money, public money going missing due to our lack of who is the main contractor, lack of oversight over who is the main contractor subcontracting to.
We are intolerable to lousy excuses why the project has not been completed on time. That is the posture and the attitude we take as the Oversight Committee.